this is happening. So I'm about to just notify some people that I'm online. Hello, I'm Seth Hilary Jackson, and this is another in a series of unplanned, unscheduled live streams. You know, I didn't even check to see that my guitar was in tune because this is very spontaneous. So I need to check to see if my guitar is in tune. And it's, well, I probably didn't need to. It's so close to being in tune that probably nobody would notice. I stopped live streaming completely for several months because I'm sick. I got COVID last March, and then I've been never recovered. I have what's known as long COVID, and it's horrible. I'm tired most of the time. So I can usually not go more than a couple of hours, 3 hours maybe, without having to lie down. I do have some days. I've had a few days where I feel like I'm getting better. I can go 12 hours with only one nap, and that's my day. But today I got up out of bed at 1:30, and then I took a nap. I just took a nap at 3 o'clock, and then I went out to pick up some medicines at the prescriptions at the drugstore, and I came back, took another quick nap, and now I'm doing this live stream, and I have to limit myself to a half an hour because there's something known as PEM, which stands for post-exertional malaise, which means that any kind of exertion can cause the symptoms to get worse, and then I'll feel miserable, more miserable, for days or weeks at a time. So this pretty much sucks. You know, I was going to the gym 6 days a week. Now I'm thinking of canceling my membership because I can usually not make it more than once a week, and and then I do a workout, and then I get exhausted again, and then I'm like, oh, I did too much. So I'm telling you all this because you're not here, and it kind of leads into my latest song, but it leads into actually another song. Which one should I do first? I guess I'll do my my COVID song first and see how that goes. It's true, I wrote a song about long COVID. It was a hard subject to write about. I mean, who wants to hear about long COVID? And like, I don't want to sing about long COVID. COVID is like, I'm writing a song about long COVID, but I write about what's in my life, and this is like such an unfortunately dominant thing that I had to write about it. But I didn't know what to say at first, and I decided I really don't want to use the word COVID because that's like a lousy word to sing, and it automatically makes the song sound kind of wonky or preachy or something. And so I decided to try to not use that word. And then I thought, what about the word virus? And I thought that's almost as bad or maybe even worse than the word COVID. But you know what? Long COVID is also known as long haul COVID. And people who have it are known as long haulers, and that sparked the idea for this song. And here it is. I just want my head on a pillow, my body flat out on a bed, the afternoon sun through my window. I'm tired of feeling half dead. I thought it would pass like a cold or the flu. can't believe the nightmare this has turned into. It's a long haul, an uphill marathon with a lead ball. I have to drag along like an endless climb, a daily grind with all the strength I can find. It's a long haul, one small step at a time. I truly hate the whole notion of learning to live like this. I'm gonna have to keep hoping someday the fog will lift. If you know how I feel, you're not in this alone. You got someone who cares, someone who knows. It's a long haul, an uphill marathon with a lead ball. I have to drag along like an endless climb, a daily grind with all the strength I can find. It's a long haul, one small step at a time. I wish more people were aware there's real danger in the air, and it's a long haul, one small step at a time. And I see that some people have joined us. I can't see who you are. Oh, actually, let me click on this. Maybe I can see something. If you put something into chat, I'll be able to see you. But welcome. I'm Seth Hilary Jackson. This is another unscheduled stream. As I mentioned before I did that song, it's hard for me to plan anything because I've got this illness, this chronic illness now known as long COVID, which results in fatigue, and it's hard to go more than like a couple of hours without having to lie down. And I don't want to. I really want to limit this stream to a half an hour to avoid getting what is known as post-exertional malaise. Malaise, which is a worsening of symptoms following exertion. And at first I didn't realize, but this is exertion. Just because it's fun doesn't make it not exertion. So that was my song about this horrible condition. And what should I do next? I guess I can do like a... Do you want to hear a happy song? Oh, I can't... Should I do a love song? I have this love song. Actually, I wrote this. This is a country song. I wrote this in Nashville, Tennessee with a guy who is very successful, had a very successful career with like about 10, I think it was actually 9, #1 Billboard hit songs. And, you know, for him, this is just another song in a million, and his publisher, you know, didn't think it was worth doing anything with, but I really liked the song. And so I recorded it on my debut album. And then something weird happened a couple of years ago. Out of the blue, I got this email from some guy who says he's from some church. And he heard this song and he likes it and he wants me to write songs for his church. I'm like, okay, this has got to be some sort of scam because, you know, artists get all kinds of, you know, solicitations from all these people, and mostly they're scams, or sometimes they just want you to work for free. So I thought, well, if it's not a scam, he's probably expecting me to just donate my time to his church. So I didn't want to do that. So I said, the first thing I said is, how much money is involved? Expecting him to run away after he heard that. But no, he came back and said, $50 a song. Like, okay, well, it turned out he didn't have to write entire songs. I mean, $50 a song is not that much considering how long it takes to write a good song. But they were providing me with these religious texts, which I had to convert into lyrics, which was actually pretty hard in its own right and very exhausting because the texts were not formatted in anything resembling a song structure, and I had to try to figure out how to squeeze them into a song structure without changing the meaning, which was actually really difficult. But I made, pretty decent money. There were a lot of these things. I did it for about a year, and I made several $1,000s, which is more than most songwriters ever make. But anyway, this song has nothing to do with the church. So I hope you like it. If you want to pay me for it, that'd be great too. You light up any room. You shine, that's just what you do. Such a wonder to behold. You're a diamond, I'll be your band of gold. You're precious, you're a treasure. They say diamonds are forever. That ain't near enough time together for my heart. Your love to me is priceless. It's flawless and it's timeless, like a ring with a sparkling stone. You're a diamond, I'll be your band of gold. When 10,000 years have passed, this love of ours is always gonna last. Still burning bright when the sun's gone cold. You're a diamond, I'll be your band of gold. You're precious, you're a treasure. They say diamonds are forever. That ain't near enough time together for my heart. Your love to me is priceless. It's flawless and it's timeless, like a ring with a sparkling stone. You're a diamond, I'll be your band of gold. Your love to me is priceless. It's flawless and it's timeless, like this ring with a sparkling stone. You're a diamond, I'll be your band of gold. You're a diamond, let me be your band of gold. Actually, I mentioned that my co-writer's publisher, passed. They just decided they didn't want to pitch the song, and I'm thinking possibly. I mean, they have so many songs. It's just, these guys write. You wouldn't believe how many songs these co-writers write. They write every day, and they will often they'll have these 3-hour writing sessions, and they'll just knock out a song, every time. Sometimes they'll have 2 sessions in a day. So sometimes they'll be writing. Some writers, when they're early in their careers and are really ambitious, will have 3 sessions a day. So they'll write 3 songs a day, 5 or 6 days a week. So it's really hard, This guy had he was a successful writer, so he had a publisher, and he's writing all these songs, and I got to pick just like a few of them to invest in and pitch. But one of the things that might have worked against this song for the publisher, and I didn't have to do this. It wasn't part of the song when we wrote it. I kind of, we wrote it, and then I went back and I was all excited about it. And, I had this, co-write with a kind of famous writer, even though you've probably never heard his name, but everybody in Nashville knows who he is. So I really wanted to get it right. And then I thought, oh, this song could be a proposal. So not just like a ring, like this ring. And instead of I'll be your band of gold, I could end it with let me be your band of gold. And that would make it but that makes it really specific for the market. If it's a love song, every singer wants to do love songs, but a song that's a proposal of marriage is kind of, there was a hit song a few years, actually more than a few years ago. I think it was Brad Paisley. I don't remember, but there was a song like that was a proposal of marriage, and it was a big hit, but there aren't that many of them. So, I don't know, so it was a non-commercial thing to do, but I really like it. It just, to me, made the song better. So, that's what I did with it. Okay, so what's next? All right. Happy song. So now, I guess, sad song. This is also on my first album. And I have a lot of songs I want to play for you and only a half an hour to play them. But I also have stories behind most of these songs, and I like to tell them. So I don't know whether it's better for me to just shut up and play and get through as many songs as I can, or to talk about them. But let me know if you have a preference. You like to hear the stories or just the songs? You say that we should meet sometime for coffee. Start off fresh and find out how we feel. My lips feel like they're crying out to kiss you, but my heart holds wounds that time still hasn't healed. I've moved along, I've even had a fling or two. Still I admit, in spite of all you put me through, now and then I still think about you. Now and then I want to call your name and hold you in my arms the way I used to way back when. But there's a world of pain, a world of change between now and then. I guess it's nice to hear you say you've missed me. I missed you more than life the day you left. But you chose him, and I chose to keep living. Now I get along just fine here by myself. I'll find the strength to fall in love again someday, when I get to the point where I don't have to say. Now and then I still think about you. Now and then I want to call your name and hold you in my arms the way I used to way back when. But there's a world of pain, a world of change between now and then. I want to hold you in my arms the way I used to way back when. But there's a world of pain, a world of change between now and then. A little songwriting factoid, not a factoid, but a little songwriting thing about that song that is interesting to me and maybe to you. But like, I wrote this song again. This is actually a song I wrote several years ago, and it was actually the first song somebody in the industry said, "You ought to sing your own songs," because I never got that feedback before. But that was a long time ago, and I wrote it, and it was somebody in Nashville, and I wrote that song by myself. But when you're writing commercial songs, the title is really important, especially if you're pitching a song and they don't know who you are, especially, and you send a song in to a publisher, and they look at the title and they say Now and Then. It's like, there are thousands of songs called Now and Then. So if you're going to write so it's like that's not a good title unless you have something a little different. And I think I did that. So, and it's something known as framing the title or reframing the title. So at the beginning of the chorus, it means one thing, now and then, the obvious thing. Now and then I still think about you. But then at the end of the chorus, there's a world of pain, a world of change between now and then. So it has a completely different meaning, therefore justifying writing a title that's been written 1,000 times before. So that's a songwriting lesson. All right, let's go to something, what should we do? Something dark. This is a song, I kind of wish I had the self-awareness to have written this like 50 years ago. But I never met my grandpa on my mother's side. He abandoned her when she was only 5. My parents treated marriage like a civil war. I feel as if I'm broken at the core. No matter what you see in me today, knowing where I came from, I'm afraid you're throwing good love after bad blood. You don't need this kind of pain. You're throwing good love after bad blood. There's heartache flowing through my veins. There's nothing in this world like waking in your arms. But I'm hardwired for a fight or flight response. In my clan, feelings mattered not at all. It's second nature for me to build walls. Talking about the future makes me scared. I'm only telling you because I care. You're throwing good love after bad blood. You don't need this kind of pain. You're throwing good love after bad blood. There's heartache flowing through my veins. If I could change, you'd be worth changing for. I wanna try, but you gotta be warned. You're So I hope if you're still there, I can't tell, it's telling me there's viewers out there, but some platforms, if somebody shows up, it counts a viewer and then doesn't tell me when they're not there. So others, people will come and they'll see it and then they'll leave and I'll see it. So I don't know if you're out there. I hope you'll say something in the chat so I can see you and say hello. Okay, so I'll do my gratitude song. Actually, this is a song that I wrote with a completely different title. Now, in songwriting, a very common way to write a song is to start with a title, and then make sure that every line in the song, there's one hit songwriter, I learned this from a long time ago. Hi, hey, high roller, good to see you. So this one hit songwriter taught me this a long time ago. He says, I almost flunked math in high school. I hated math. But then when I started writing songs, I realized it's like a math problem. He says, in math, you got to prove theorems in like algebra, high school math. He says, when you're writing a song, you get this title and then you have to prove the title. So I wrote this song. I wrote it during the COVID lockdown when I was reading that many people were suffering from depression from being locked down. Now, I suffer from depression without being locked down, and I have songs about that too. I like to, take my struggles and turn them into songs. Hopefully they'll, besides being self-expression, hopefully they'll, resonate with other people who are going through similar things. And anyway, so there wasn't but I realized, there's not a whole lot going on. But I actually, this life doesn't suck. There's a lot of things to be happy for. So I wrote the song about not a whole lot going on, and the title was Not a Whole Lot, and I recorded it and released it. But then there's a line in the chorus that to me is like, it just stands out. It's like one of the best lines I think. Maybe it's the best line I've even ever written. And I feel like it's the closest I've ever come to the meaning of life. So I changed the title, got a new album cover, and re-released it. And I even, made T-shirts because I thought this is such a good message that, I thought people might want to, and posters and all kinds of merchandise that you can get with this line. And the title is Gratitude in a Heartbeat, as you'll hear. I usually don't like to say the title of the song before I play it, because you should be able to tell, if I wrote it well, you should be able to tell what the title is. But as I said, I wrote this called Not a Whole Lot originally, and then I changed it because I'm just laying low, got no place to go, but I've got time. I don't need a car, I've got my guitar and this song of mine. Maybe I should be bored, just me and these four walls. Maybe I should have more, but I'm fine living small. Not a whole lot going on, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot going wrong, not a whole lot. Got gratitude and a heartbeat. What more do I really need? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. I like what I've got. Had a bite to eat. Got 2 shoes on my feet and a place called home. My body works okay. The bills will all get paid, and I like this song. Maybe I could have more, but I could have a lot less. Maybe I can afford a little time with no stress. Not a whole lot going on, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot going wrong, not a whole lot. God, gratitude and a heartbeat. What more do I really need? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. I like what I've got. There are crazy days that tire me out to the bone. It's fine sometimes, the world wants to leave me alone. Not a whole lot going on, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot going wrong, not a whole lot. God, gratitude and a heartbeat. What more do I really need? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. I like what I've got. Gratitude and a heartbeat. What more does anyone need? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Thank you. So as I said, I kind of feel like I should limit my stream to a half an hour to try to avoid the curse of post-exertion malaise, which is an unfortunate thing that goes along with the unfortunate thing of long COVID. So, and as I said, I'm kind of doing these unscheduled because it's just hard to schedule anything with this chronic fatigue, and I never know when I'm going to have energy to do a little live stream. But thanks for being here, and please come back and share this with your friends and tell them about me, and go to my webpage. You see SethHilaryJackson.com. It's in the corner of the screen. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.